I tell people all the time, he's abusive to control you. And people are always like, why though? Like, why would anybody want to control somebody? Why would that be the goal? Let's talk about Chuck Derry. He's the director and co-founder of the Gender Violence Institute. People are so interested, right? What are the root causes of abuse? Like, why? Why are they abusive? And the truth is, we all want to know. And that's why Why Does He Do That by Lundy Bancroft is a best-selling book. So one night, Chuck's hosting a group and he asks all these men, what are the benefits of being abusive towards your spouse? And they all start looking at each other like, what are you talking about? There's no benefits. So he's not surprised, but he presses along and he was like, well, come on, there's got to be some benefits. Otherwise, why would you do it? Now, all it took was one man who said one benefit, and then the rest of the men started to chime in with all of their benefits. You have got to hear this list. Now, right before I get into the list, let me tell you why this is so important. You think he couldn't possibly be doing this on purpose, right? It must be childhood trauma. It must be insert excuse here. These are the reasons listed by the abusers themselves. She's scared and she won't go out and spend money. You get your way. You get to go out. Respect. She won't argue. I feel superior. She's accountable to me in terms of being somewhere on time. I decide. It keeps the relationship going. She's too scared to leave. I get money. I get sex. Total control in decision making. I use the money for drugs. Don't have to change myself for her. Power. I decide where we go. I decide who we see. I decide what she wears. I get to control the children. If she's late, she won't be again. Intimidation. She's scared and can't confront me. I can convince her that she's screwing up. She feels less worthy, so she defers to my needs and wants. She will look up to me and accept my decisions without an argument. I decide her social life and what she wears, so you can keep your image by how she acts. She's to blame for the battering. She's an object. I get a robot babysitter maid sex food. It's an ego booster. She tells me that I'm great. Bragging rights. If she works, I get her money. I get her to quit her job so that she can take care of the house. I isolate her so her friends can't confront me. Decide how the money is spent. I'm the breadwinner. I buy the toys I want. I make time for myself. She has to depend on me if I break her stuff. I get to know everything. She's a nursemaid. She comforts me. Dinner's on the table. I invite friends over without her knowing, and that's more work for her. No compromise equals more freedom. Don't have to listen to her complaints about not letting her know stuff. She works for me. I don't have to help out. I don't have to hang out with her or the kids. I don't have to get up, take the garbage out, watch the kids, do the dishes, get up at night with the kids, do laundry, change diapers, clean the house, bring kids to appointments or activities, mop the floors, or clean the refrigerator. I don't answer to anybody. I do what I want when I want to. I get to ignore or deny my history of violence and other irresponsible behavior. I get to rewrite history. I get to determine the future. I get to determine what values the kids have, who they play with, what school they go to. I get to ignore her in the process, and I get to dictate what they need: food, clothes, recreation, etc. I get to dictate reality. I get the kids on my side and against her. The kids will do what I say. I get to mold the kids and her so that they will do what I want them to do. She keeps kids quiet about the abuse. Choose the battles and what it will cost her. It proves my superiority. I get to win all the arguments. I don't have to listen to her wishes, complaints, anger, fears, etc. I make the rules. I can break them when I want. She won't go get help against you for past beatings because she has no friends to support her and is confused by my lies. I convince her she's nuts. I convince her she's unattractive. I convince her that she's to blame. I convince her that she's the problem. I can dump on her. I can use the kids to spy on her. The kids won't tell mom what I did. The kids won't disagree with me. I don't actually have to talk to her. I'm the king of the castle. I can make myself scarce. I have someone to unload on. I have someone to bitch at. She won't call the police. I tell the kids that they don't have to listen to mom. I can get her to drop the charges. I can get her to support me to her family, my family, the cops, judges, children welfare, prosecutors. I can get her to support me to her family, my family, cops, judges, children's welfare, prosecutors, etc. And I can get her to admit that it's her fault. So then Chuck asks them, well, would you ever give this up? Why might you give this up? And here's what they said. They would only give it up to avoid getting arrested, avoid divorce, avoid getting a protection order taken out against them. They don't want their adult children to not invite them to their weddings, and they don't want to have to go to groups like that one. Do not ever think that these men are not doing it on purpose, that they do not know exactly what they are doing. They admit it when they are asked. I am up to here with people saying that it's about childhood trauma. They haven't learned. Their mom was mean. Their ex was a B word. I'm so tired of all of the excuses. Men are abusive because they choose to be abusive. And that is the end of it. Full stop. Period. The end. Stop with the excuses.